Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly honored to voice at this moment of gathering. Thanks for the opportunity. And as mentioned, I'm Senthil. I did my PhD in IIT Delhi, and my PhD topic is computational fluid dynamics of an solid oxide fuel cells and its simulation of system analysis. Okay, but it was done on nearly 2004 and 2008, very long back, nearly around 20 years back. So I don't think still it is as a research topic because it has become a inbuilt module of commercial packages. Whatever the package you buy now, it has become an inbuilt add-on module. If you see the Fluent or star system test or CFS, you can see an additional module of fuel cells. It has become an add-on module. So it was not greatly appreciated at this moment, but when I was doing this, I have done my own code and have generated an electrochemical reaction modeling with an exothermic property. So that is a short description of mine. And I have been working here in two companies. My parent company is Binance, and I'm a technical lead. And I work for another company as a technical advisor, that is AM&S. It's a sister concern of the same company. And my doctorate and my profession is almost similar. So I don't want to extend that particular topic at this moment. I just want to throw an interesting concept to the academy. So today's my discussion. Today's my discussion topic is the nature knows best, physics through the lens of discovery. The physics through the lens of discovery. I mentioned here as discovery, not an invention or innovation, because I strongly believe innovation is not a proper term of identifying something, because what are the problems we have, what are the difficulties we face in the physics, already it is the solution is existing in somewhere in the nature. What we need to do is we need to identify that particular solution and incorporate to your problem. So if you do that, exactly you'll get a best solution and it is optimized solution. So that is what my today's discussion. To move on to this next slide, I just want to say 1989 is one of the most important year for Japan Shinkansen design, because the Shinkansen was keep promoting state by state. 1989 by the Japanese government, Japanese scheme. Okay, but the problem is, can you move down? Yeah. In 1989, one of the best Shinkansen in Japan was designed, but the problem is, it was technically very strong, but Japanese has tracks has many tunnels. So whenever it is passing through the tunnel, it was creating a very big noise because of compressed waves. And when it is coming out of the tunnel, it is creating a micro pressure waves, and because of that, it is creating a big sonic boom. It's a big noise which irritates the domestic staying members around almost 400 meters surrounding to every tunnel. It was very annoying and irritating design. So this particular guy, Nakatsu, is one of the bird watcher. He loves bird photography. So from his inspiration, he started watching some of the birds. So the owl wing considered to be the one of the very less noise providing wing action, so that it can take the prey in the night times. So that is inspiration for producing a pantograph. That is, a pantograph is a line which is connecting to the electrical cable with the Shinkansen, which almost one of the best designs at this moment. And second one is an penguins. We watch the penguins, irrespective of any ice or rock or whatever may be, it slides very smoothly with this body shape. So the body shape of the penguin is the second inspiration for him. So he uses the second inspiration for the shape of the structure of the pantograph. And the next one is, this is one of the best invention of this is a kingfishers. Keep watching its prey, which is very deeper in the water, and it quickly come and catches the prey without disturbing the water surface. That is one of the best invention which we never used to do as a mechanical engineer, because that shape is perfectly optimized for non-disturbing the water surface, directly goes to the prey and get the prey and come back. So these are the three inspirations he has, and with these inspirations, he has redesigned the same series, 500 series of Shinkansens, and the new shape was modified with these three shapes of the front nose and pantograph and the structure of the pantograph, which extremely reduces the noise. The result is the redesigned 500 series Shinkansen is 10% faster because the coefficient of drag has been reduced because of the body shape, and the 50% less energy keeps less energy for electric cables, and the noise has been reduced to 70 decibels, which is allowed regime of a noise or surrounding the place of the domestic people. So this is what one of the sample inspiration I just wanted to share as a discovery. Whatever the problems we face in the physics, immediately don't think about very big, just think from the basic surrounding. You already have a solution in another form. Just you need to incorporate the solution to your problems, definitely it will solve your purpose. But at the same time, this term is considered to be a biomimic. We call it as biomimic. Basically, biological thing, we just mimic your physical transformation. So we call it as a biomimic. But at the other end, because of our technology development growth, we used to say at this moment, so we used to produce a lot of supercomputers, a lot of big difficult codes, which reality, and many things keep on happening. Sometimes we use those technologies for unwanted things as well. Okay, unwanted things in the sense. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Okay.
It's not working.
Yeah. So the next slide shows the simulation of a cyclist racer, and the purpose of doing this animation is I want to optimize the shape of the racer track and the design of the cycle to give the best performance. So this one was done using some supercomputers with high-level codes, with high-level precisions and all turbulence models. If I show this one, basically for a common view, it looks very good. It represents the reality, isn't it? Exactly, it represents the reality. When real cyclist travels on the road, you can see this kind of turbulence happening around him. But for me, this is my profession. Basically, I'm a computation fluid dynamic engineer. So for me, this is useless because of the privilege of having a supercomputer and well-established code. I can able to represent the reality. But my scope of my study is I need to optimize the design of this one. If you keep watching this simulation, every moment the flow patterns keep changing. If every moment the flow patterns keep changing, with what reference I can able to make the design optimization? I can't do any design change. Even if I make any design change, still I will get and keep this kind of fluctuating flow pattern. I cannot make any reference. I cannot do any benchmark study to improve from that level. So having high level of technology is also a very serious thing. We need to think about it, whether we need to exactly use it or not. Just because of having supercomputer, no need to optimize this one, because this particular analysis is mixed with all these flow patterns combined together. When it is combined together, it becomes meaningless. You can't optimize anything with this combined frequency. Unless if you segregate that as a different frequencies and identify which frequency is most influential for the flow parameter, and with that frequency, you can remodify it and we can redesign it. So that makes more sense. For that, you need to simulate the exact reality to represent this animation. It may look good, but technically not very strong. So this is one statement, and one very common quote people you would have read in the paper, like NASA spent a huge amount of investment for creating an anti-gravity pen to write a note on the space. While the other end, the Russians were using pencil, isn't it? So this much simple. If you have a problem or difficulty, just think from the basic mindset. Don't think about your high-tech technology. Since NASA is investing it, they spent a huge money because they have a big background, big investment, big financial infrastructure. So they spent a huge amount for creating that anti-gravity pen to write a notes on the space. But actually, that is not needed. Just a pencil is enough. 1 rupee pencil can resolve it, isn't it? So that level also we need to think. There are two extremes I discussed about now. And with this, one more interesting topic is whenever I face some of the researchers around us, young researchers, and he used to keep asking me on what topic I need, what is the topic still yet to be explored, and how to find that topic, how to fix that topic, and where I need to end with that one. The simple answer is just keep watching.
Double click.
Yeah. Just keep watching your surrounding. Your surrounding is one of the best optimized design to address your best possible solutions of any problem. For example, have you ever seen strained lotus leaves? Lotus leaf, is there any strained lotus leaf anywhere? You never see the strained lotus leaf. When the lotus leaf will be very clear, very perfect, dirt free, completely dirt free. Nobody is cleaning the lotus leaf. But still, because of that microstructure on the surface of the lotus leaf, which never allows any strain to impinge on it, and whenever the water flows in it, it washes out by nature. So it is auto cleaning surface. If you want to construct a house with this auto cleaning surface, there is no need of cleaning of your building for years, and no need of repainting also. So this is how you need to find this topic. And the next topic is, if you see the autonomous vehicles, if you watch the amount of ant traveling in some bunch of from its nest, it never communicate, but at the same time it never clashes with each other. It will have a perfect understanding, perfect communication within them, and it transact with that proper commutation without any traffic jam. So if we try to implement this process to our autonomous vehicles, so that vehicles can communicate within them and more accident free, and you can have more traffic free process we can create. And the second example is the third example is one of very common one, that is ecosystem. So every time we say we ended with loss, something went on waste. So I invested this much is productive, and this much went on waste. We keep telling this one, but if you keep watching the ecosystem, nothing is waste in the ecosystem. If you just drop a piece of cake or something, it will become a food for an ant, isn't it? The excess ant will be a food for an. The bird will increase your ecosystem. It will be a rotation. Nothing is wasted. Even the bird's excretion is a fertilizer for your farmland, isn't it? So nothing is wasted. Zero waste in ecosystem. If you follow the same process in our reality, even we don't end up with any waste. No loss will be there for any business. So this is the simplest way to identify the topics. So just keep watching the surrounding. You'll have a lot of ideas. So these kind of productive ideas can be taken to the process, and that can be used for the next research topics. So with my topic today, I was given as a physics chat question. So we have two prominent speakers. I hope they will engage you with a very interesting topic. I'll wind up with this one. Thanks for the opportunity, and thank you very much.
பயோடெக்னாலஜின்னு சொல்றாங்க. இது கிடையாதா? இது இது இல்லையா? Is this the slide? This slide or different one?
Is this starting slide? No.
இது இல்லையா?
Science day.
இது இல்லையா?
ಇದು NRTA November 11.
Semiconductor devices. Okay. நாங்க போட்டுறோம்.
Hello.
Confident.
This is Makkal. I just do introduction to current R&D in some of the semiconductor topics. Like only First, I discussed very briefly quantum computer, then graphene lighting sensors, and graphene an ultimate switch. Okay. Okay, there is a big race going on in quantum computer. One is hardware, that is IBM, D-Wave, Google, Microsoft, many companies are working. Huge investment is going on in this point of view. And even in Japan, Fujitsu is leading in this part. And further, we need quantum algorithms, so which are titled by the left-hand side, about softwares and consultants. And enabling technology, there are many companies. So it is a very light topic now. Okay, why do we need a quantum computer? What is the motivation? To solve problem like very large encryption keys and encryption keys, or to predict the atoms and molecules, how to design a new drugs, or to discover new materials. For these things, the current supercomputer is not enough. So, for example, some problem may take billions of years, but quantum computers will solve in weeks those problems. That is the main driving force behind the developing quantum computers with such a huge investment. So there are two concepts are very fundamental for that one. One is superpositions and entanglements. So before going that one, just I discuss what is bits and quantum bits. In our classical computers, we have bits, which is nothing but zeros and one, whether charge is stored or not stored. That's all. But in quantum computer, we also have the states 0 and 1, but it will be simultaneously in both states. For example, the left figure shows the qubit 0, the spin is up, down in the valence electron. But in the middle figure, we can see that spin is up, electron spin, that is outermost electrons. And in the case of operation state, it can be 0 and 1. That is the beauty of quantum mechanics. And to give an example, when you flip a coin, then either you will get 0 or 1, but when you rotate it, simultaneously it can be 0 and 1. It will be changing the position continuously. So this is one analogy you can say. So that's a superposition state. And second one is entanglement. There is no real world example for this purpose. But if I say briefly, we have two spins, electrons. It has this up spin like that. But if you induce lasers or many RF waves or something, you can entangle these two electrons. Then they will be in entanglement state. As long as you don't disturb, they will be in entanglement state even for long distance. So this is another important property in the quantum mechanics point of view. So due to these two properties, we will have the real strength of qubit. So in classical bits, either we will have 0, 0 or 0, 1 or like that only one state. But in quantum, it will be in dual states simultaneously. For two bits, you will get only one state, 0, 0 or 0, 1 or 1, 0 or 1, 1, 1. But in quantum bits, you will have the 4 states simultaneously. That's the beauty of that one. Due to that one, it has. So we can have the, for example, this blue curve shows that with the increase in the qubits, the blue curve exponentially is scaling up. But our classical current computers use classical bits, which is saturating after a number of bits. That's the main difference to this one. So this is one of the things. To read out, we need different mechanisms. So this is one of the things. We send the RF waves, then we read out the what is going on in the qubit states, and the reflected wave is read out. Then we can get the what is the signal we are getting there. So this is one of the quantum computers readout is whenever you see the quantum computer news, you will see that there will be hanging lines, many lines with golden plates. That means that we have to have so much microwaves or optical waves or connection or something. So this will be different from the conventional classical computers. So this is one of the things where I work. Okay, so let me go to the next topic. Graphene lightning sensors. Okay. Like 20 years before, in India, it was one of the biggest issues. Lightning, and due to lightning, there were many persons were affected. In village sites, still they are affected. So even in Japan, like a few to tens of people are heavily affected. And around the world, there are really few thousands to few tens of thousands people are dying due to lightning every year. So this is one of the issues, and not only human health, it is affecting humans, but economically also it is making huge loss. Even in Japan, every year, like 100 to 200 billion per year or more. So when we have the lightning, either our PCB board or TV, or maybe you might have also come across. So many instruments will be affected because of that huge lightning power. So about this lightning beforehand. So if we read the lightning, then we can make some precaution effect. So when in this case, lightning is going from ground to upside. So it's going up. So you can see when it happens, it radiates the RF wave. So this radio wave is propagating to the faraway place. So if we have the sensors, we could read out these signals. Then these signals, from these signals, we can say that lively. So lightning has occurred in this from like 30 kilometers away from here, and that thunder cloud is moving in which direction. So next around the 20 minutes, in the 20 minutes where it will be reaching, another 10 minutes where it is reaching, or it is dying out. What that is what we need. So for that purpose, we need many sensors. Not currently available sensors are bulk and very expensive, but we need cheap and standalone sensors. That's the thing. So for that purpose, we use the graphite. Okay, graphite is like your pencil. You have the graphite, but to make the device, we need higher quality. But with using Scotch tape, we can get one monolayer. That monolayer is 0.3 nanometers. It's nothing but if you divide the 7 papers, 300 layers. If you divide that one layer is the graphene. So this is a monolayer material. So with that material, it has many unique properties. We developed the electric field sensor. So this is a simple sensors, like we have the source drain electrode and graphene, and we have the SiO2 properties, the material property. So I will explain the concept in the next slide simply. Okay, without any electrons which is going in the green layers, that is graphene, has high mobility, it will be going. And under that one, we have oxide film. So that oxide film will have some defects. When the electron goes and lightning occurs, then those electrons are sent to the defect states. So due to that one, when the next electron comes and it sees that somebody, the traffic, like a traffic jam, so there is a repulsion effect from this trapped electrons to the incoming electrons. Due to that one, it will be these electrons, coming electrons will see the resistance or traffic jam is happening. So due to that one, current will decrease. So it is still feeling. But when we turn off the lightning, that is when lightning is turned off, or there is no lightning or electron field, then these electrons are trapped electrons will leave to the graphene channel and it will go on the green channel. So in the green channel, there is no resistance. Again, current will be restored. So by this mechanism, simple mechanisms, we could make the device. We made the device, and we realized that one. Okay, this is a special design setup to do this lightning effect. So we have a parallel plate, and we apply the higher voltage to upper plate, and we read out the in the sensor, graphene sensor as shown in the figure, and we can read out the electric field strength as well as. So by that one, we demonstrated the detecting the different lightnings, positive and negative values, and we when we compare the existing sensor, that is left hand figures upper one 2 meters, that is a bulk one, we call it field mill. That will be bulk, it needs either AC supply, either 110 volt or 230 volt. So that due to that one, we cannot install in large network. But this one is like a device is 10 millimeter. With small solar panel, we can have this electrical sensor within the size of small size, like double the size of cell phone. With that one, we could fabricate and do the measurements. So if we have that chip and standalone sensors, we can install in many places, many industries, and many companies, and many buildings. Then we can monitor the lightning, where it is occurring, where the thunder cloud is moving out. So as shown here, where the thunder cloud is coming, those informations again go back to the central system. So from that one, we can give the real-time warning to the people, and we can avoid the damages. So this is already developed, and this part of work is going on now. So third one, graphene ultimate switch. Again, we use the same material, graphene material, very thin material. So here we need a switch which suddenly sharply turn on, as shown in the pink color, on state and off state. But in the current, all the devices, semiconductor devices, have the leakage current as shown in the. So the leakage current is a big issue. That's why our laptops are also wasting so much energy, and even our cell phones are wasting. So to reduce this loss, utilize again graphene, as shown in this figure. When the graphenes are upside, there will not be any current flow. The switch is completely turned off. There is no leakage. So there is no current flow. But when we release that on cantilevers, they will be lifted up. Then there is no current flow. So when pulled down, then there will be current flow because it is touching the bottom graphene, and it will due to that one current flow will be going on. So we developed this transistors in, of course, we use the clean room and the semiconductor fabrication, all these typical things. So and it's not cheap. That's the thing. So we fabricated those devices, but it's simply shown in this diagram. And this is some images of optical images and scanning electron microscope images of these switches. We could see that the right hand side, first switch and second switch, we can immediately turn on. And of course, we improved that one. And this is like an ideal switch. We turn on and off. The off current was also low. That's the thing. Further, we improved with this design, and it's already being developed. Okay. So today what I discussed is some of the topics which is going in the semiconductor industries. Like one is quantum computers. It's a big topic, and for lightning sensor is needed for like a country like so in India we have the big issues with lightning. It is affecting many people's everyday life. And the graphene switch is a NIM switch, which is also being explored for the different applications in the current form. Thank you very much for listening.
Now I request the next speaker to come have a statement.
Thank you for the invitation. I am Rajkumar. I am working as specially appointed as most service. I done PhD in photosensor optoelectronics. I am basically from engineering background. Then I worked on various teaching in Peravai Engineering College. Then I worked as research associate in DRDO, the topic is director energy system. Now I am working in quantum computer. Yeah, my topic is introduction to quantum computer and spin qubit check. I think it's maybe overlapping, but I don't. Okay, let's start. Yeah, I prepared for school students actually. Maybe everybody looking like a scientist. Anyway, I will present myself. Okay, computer. So computer work based on bit, 0 or 1. So 0, 1 is mostly it control the flow of electrons, the electricity voltage. We use transistor to control the flow of electrons. So the transistor work as switch on off. So on means 1, off means 0. So what happening? Before the computer is very big, then day by day, the computer became small. The technology is increasing. So they reduce the size of the transistor. They use vacuum tube, and they find then they use transistor. Then they reduce the transistor size, small. Now we are using small computers. So this was because of nanotechnology, and transistor is the main role. So currently the iPhone is using 6.9 billion transistors. So why I put transistor? The transistor is used for making microprocessors and ICs, all the computer components mostly. So the transistor made up of semiconductor. Why they use semiconductor? Because it acts as insulator and conductor, both. It can control the electron. So this is the evolution of computer. So the same, the Apple use 6.9 billion. So why I am saying, I am just going for quantum computer, so I go through the what is basic, then modern. So already I think he explained what is bit means 0, 1. So when we head and tail, like an example, so the head we can take as 0 or 1 and the tail we take 0 1. So the bit at a time it will work either 0 or 1. It cannot work simultaneously. So we take binary 0 or 1, then the computer work based on decimal to decimal, then we operate based on the decimal, the alphabet, symbols, everything will come. These are only prepared for school students, but anyway, go on. Yeah, there is a Moore law in electronics. Every year the transistor should increase the double of the transistor, but at that time it became now 7 nanometer. Yeah, the transistor size is almost become 7 nanometer, so it became like a atom size. So now now the scientists are, how can we reduce the transistor size? How can we increase the computational speed, power, everything? So the Moore law is almost going to end. But Richard Feynman, the physics told there is a plenty of room at the bottom. So what we are going, we reach almost atom level. So what is next? We are going for, this is almost we reach that smaller. We are going for subatomic level, atom to subatomic level. So here it comes law of quantum mechanics. The classical mechanics, now we are going for quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics, the bit only work as 0, 1, but qubit means quantum bit, it works as 0, 1 at the same time. We can use same time 0 and 1 in quantum computing. So the qubit has, that is a superposition state, 0 and 1. Then the entanglements like the Tamil we can entangle two qubits or two quantum processors. We can entangle from here to Osaka like that also. So what is quantum mechanics? I think many people know or not, I don't. So quantum mechanics is the theory that describes the behavior of microscopic systems such as photon, electron, atom, nucleus, etc. So who understands quantum mechanics? Nobody understands quantum mechanics. As for the Richard Feynman, his student also, even he also not understand. It is unable to understand, but we can feel through experiments. For theory wise, it looks like how we can entangle. How can we entangle from long distance? But through experimental way, we can prove the entangle is possible, superposition is possible. Like that. So quantum mechanics, what is classical mechanics? Quantum mechanics, the classical mechanics deal with macroscopic particles, the quantum mechanics deals with microscopic particles. So the classical mechanics mostly Newton's law of motion, gravitational, like that. Maxwell electromagnetic wave theory, but the quantum mechanics mostly based on Schrodinger equation, constant postulation. The classical mechanics mostly continuous wave. It is a discrete. The quantum is mostly discrete. Then the state of we can specify it exactly. Supposing we are sending the information, if anybody crack, we can know. We can crack. The cracker can easily detect the system information. But it is uncertainty. We can say the matter can act as particle and wave. I told the wrong example, I think so. But it is a wave, dual nature actually. It acts as wave and particle both. Actually. So here the future can predicted certainly, but here it is a probability. Mostly quantum mechanics, mostly probability. So the origin of quantum theory, even I am not a physics, actually just give introduction actually. So first the Max Planck quantization, then Albert Einstein find the photoelectric effect, then Neil Bohr model. So quantum mechanics is not new, but we find the evaluation now started actually. These are the scientists involved for building the quantum mechanics. So the superposition in a particle mostly studied. Here they give the example of a cat in a box. In a box, the cat can sleep or wake up or run, anything can do, but we don't know. When it is coming out, then only we know the cat what it is doing. Or when we open, then only we know. Like a qubit also same. When it is entangled, we don't know what it is inside. If any cracker, I don't know the cracker, யாராவது திருடணும்னு நினைச்சா இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் திருடினாங்கன்னா அவங்களால திருட முடியாது. So when they read out, then only they know the information what it is inside. So even entangle is like that. So these are the evolution of quantum theory. I already told, I think. So now again I already told the classical computer work on 0 or 1. The quantum computer work 0, 1 at the same time like a spin. It is up, down. So it is a classical computer up 1, 0. But it is also 0, 1. It also 0, 1. It also 0, 1. So it can have many ways 0, 1s at the same time. Yeah, single qubit can work 0, 1 simultaneously. So this is the classical computer used for transistor. The quantum computer is qubit. The power of computer is linear computer. The series combination. The power when transistor increase, the power will increase linearly. But in quantum computer, it increase exponentially. The computing power is increase exponentially. So the quantum computer, we need to keep millikelvin, ultra cold level. We cannot keep in room temperature. The quantum computer cannot work in room temperature. It works in only millikelvin range because the environmental make noise, errors. But in normal computer, what we are using, we can use in rooms. So we cannot use quantum computer normally. We can use in cold temperature only. For optimization, is just an example. So these are the quantum qubit properties. It can act as superposition 0 or 1. So at the same time, then it will entangle. Two qubit can entangle. Then it interference. Then parallelism. The quantum computing, the parallel computing also possible in quantum computer. But in classical computer, only series is possible. So I already introduced, so I did not go through it. So main point is we can be copy erase in classical bit, but in quantum computer we cannot copy or erase easily actually. The cracker, I don't know the exact technical version. So I already told it 0, 1 at the same time. So this is the classical bit examination, it is a quantum bit examination. So 32 permutation at once we can do in qubits, but in classical bit we need 32. We do at one time 32 combinations qubits. So what is the goal for quantum computer? The quantum, when we increase the qubit, error will increase. So we need to tolerate the error. So the name is fault tolerance universal quantum computer. So we need to tolerate the error when we increase the qubit. The goal of Japan is 2050. They want to make quantum computer. I am working in Japan project. I will go through it actually. So this is the another one example of cryptography to find the combination. Conventional and quantum computer, it required around 13 combination. It required only 4 qubits to find one time. Even 16 combination, only 4 qubit, but it is 13 required actually. This is what I told the error. The error will increase when qubit will increase. So, how many qubit required for quantum qubit? Millions of qubit is required. Millions of qubits. So, currently we have only achieved 100 qubits like that only. So, this is the Japan project. So, yeah, this is the project I am working. But don't take the photo, anything published. I am already working in DRDO. So, I have restriction, security, export control actually in my thing. Okay, what is the goal for Japan? I am working in Moonshot Goal 6. Actually, it is a JST funded one, I think. So there is a quantum computer. There are discipline for network, hardware, software. I am working on hardware actually. I am working on hardware. So the 2013 goal is noise interference quantum computer. Actually, noise almost 100 qubit to few hundred qubits. The goal for millions of qubits is 2050. So we have already 25 years remaining. They have opportunity to work. So there are many qubits, even I don't know all the qubits. Why? All are working for quantum computer, but I worked on silicon quantum dot, germanium quantum dot. I worked on semiconductor quantum dot, spin qubits actually. So these are the variety of quantum qubits. Everybody working on it, but I am working on only silicon qubits. See, these are the companies working for different qubits based on the qubit, the companies, respective companies. So, quantum computer based on quantum mechanics, we can use many applications: safety, security, healthcare, medicine, environmental energy, everything. Almost all. How quantum computer look like? The quantum computer look like this, but in cold temperature, almost millikelvin temperature. So these are the gates in maybe somebody electronics they know. I think we use computer for logic gates, but these are the quantum gates working quantum computer. Even I don't know more actually. So I am working on spin qubit. What is a spin? The spin in atom we have electron, proton, neutron, like this. So subatomic particle it has mass, energy. It also has spin. Spin is like an intrinsic angular momentum, like a magnet. So it has external magnet also due to orbit. So this is a total spin angular momentum actually. So every electron has spin, some magnetic property like a spin. Spin is not like a rotation; it will not rotate like a ball. It is like a spin, then like a magnetic property, like a magnet. But it has like this. So it will rotate. From quantum point of view, electron is having spin, but in electron point of view, proton is also having a spin. I am going much faster. I have no slide, I think. Yeah, I told how the spin is having multiple states. State means information or multi-qubit superposition state. Yes, spin can rotate every place, but not like a rotation. The magnet can move also sometimes. So there are a variety of ways we can make 0, 1. But a qubit only up or down. So not bit. So what is my research going on? So we know quantum computer required millions of qubits. So these are all qubit. But when we place this qubit nearby, we need to control every qubit by current or voltage gate we require. When we put nearby, the wire density is there. We cannot control. Moreover, crosstalk will happen. Then many wires required. We are unable to make design for millions of qubits. So what scientists find that they make distance of qubit. Then they will make connection like a wire. It is called quantum link or quantum coupler. So when it is nearby, it is making crosstalk and wire density is there. So they make distance. Then we can able to put electronics to control the qubits without the density wire crosstalk. So I am working on this area, the wire type. It's called quantum link or quantum coupler. So what we do, we create quantum coupler means from information we need to send here to here simultaneously or like that parallelly. So what we do, we send the information from here to here without any error. That is very important. So we create gate-defined quantum dot. Normally the material people know quantum dot is less than 10 nanometer, but that is a material. It is we synthesis quantum dot within 10 nanometer. So we confine 3 dimensions. But it is gate defined. We create like 100 nanometer through electrical voltage. We define quantum dot. So we confine the quantum dot. So we shuttle the electron from one place to another place. Shuttle means transfer. We transfer the information from one place to another place. We suppose we shuttle. The spin should be same. If it is like this, the information we lost. So it should be same. So we need to control the environment, very cold environment, noise, defects, everything we need to control. Through gate we are controlling. So these are the sensors. It will sense whether the spin is dephased, the error is having or not, accuracy and everything. So there are two types available. This is a single gate architecture. This is an overlapping gate architecture. So that is a pattern in above actually, but the electron is confined in two-dimensional electron gas. Two-dimensional electron gas means it confined in third direction. It is allowed only two directions. So we confine from above to create a quantum dot. I am going for I am taking more time or not, I don't know. From here we shuttle the electron, we transfer the spin qubit. There are charge shuttling is there, spin shuttling is there. So spin shuttling is the only information. So there are two major techniques to transfer the spin. One is bucket brigade, like a bucket we transfer. Another one is conveyor belt method. Like in conveyor belt, we grab this electron spin, then it automatically moves. I am working on this method actually. Okay. Yeah, this is the given. Yeah, I already informed that it's a conveyor belt. We trap the electron spin, it will circle. The challenge is currently before they have nuclear spin in silicon and gallium arsenide everything. Currently they remove the nuclear spin. Currently electron spin only available in the isotopically purified. But the problem is in silicon valley state is there. So valley splitting will occur, it will dephase the spin. Dephase means it will make error. Then we need to avoid crosstalk noise. Then high accuracy is required. Then we need to control the disorder also. This is my research I created. Actually, I think no need one. These are the instruments. These are some research. My research. I make within 10 nanometer good overlapping one. These are the future research. Future research is currently we are working in 2 micrometer distance. Future 10 micrometer is required to connect to quantum processors. These are the technologies going to now improving. It will increase due to quantum computer. These are the companies working for that. If you want a video, I will play it how it is working. This is the last.
Starting point for the shuttle device is silicon germanium heterostructure. 3 metal layers, each insulated by a thin oxide layer, are fabricated on top of the heterostructure by electron beam lithography. Every fourth of the Conclave gates on top of the quantum channel is electrically connected to the same input signal. Thus, we get 4 gate sets. By applying sinusoidal signals, offset by 90 degrees to each of the gate sets, a propagating wave potential is induced in the quantum well. We will show how a unit cell of the shuttling-based spin-qubit quantum computer operates. First, transforming a spin singlet are loaded from a single electron transistor into the first quantum dot of the shuttle. 1 electron representing a spin qubit is shuttled towards a T-junction, where the next shuttle controls its direction. In manipulation zones, the spin qubit is fast displaced within a gradient magnetic field. The resulting AC magnetic field in the qubit's rest frame drives coherent spin rotations, leading to superposition of its spin state. If a second electron qubit approaches, both electrons can be trapped in a double quantum dot. The exchange interaction between both qubits leads to entanglement. By tiling many of such shuttle unit cells, a large-scale quantum computer can be formed. Strikingly, only a few signal lines are required to control each shuttle section. With such an architecture, millions of spin qubits can be manipulated, entangled, and detected. Quantum error correction and running quantum algorithms on such a universal quantum computer is within reach.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is just a video, it is not achieved. Only 2 micrometer people are working. This is many micrometer. Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you very much, Mohan Raj and Rajkumar. It's a fantastic speech. Though the topic may be very core, maybe the core questions will be difficult. We are running short of time. We just have a few questions from the spectators. It can be even the basics. They'll be ready to answer for it. We can have a quick 2 to 3 questions, please, from the audience. Any basic also okay, because it's very core. It's their doctoral research topic. I can understand it is not easy to get the core questions. If you are very curious about understanding anything, you can have a questions for them. Yeah, please.
I have a question on quantum computing. So, he said Japan has a target to reach or achieve quantum computers by 2050. But we often see in the press that Microsoft is making some announcements, or Google is making announcements. 100,
Yeah, just for advertising, they need money and everything. Yeah.
So it's just a capital.
Yeah,
Producing
millions of qubit we require.
Millions of qubit.
Yeah. So they only create 100 qubit or 200 or 500, maybe 1,000. That's all. So we need 100 billions of qubit to make all motors.
Okay, thank you.
So my name is Vimal. So my question is, so you said something about wiring. So keep the transistors and like controlling thing in the center and connect it with wires. So if there is some wire involved, there should be some data loss or something will be there, right?
Wire is not involved actually. We will create like a link using semiconductor heterostructures. It acts as wire. We control through gate.
Okay.
So the gate is controlled by electronics voltage. And current.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. And any more questions? Yeah.
So you explained about Shinkansen and high-speed trains, right? So in recent research, especially from Tesla or even in Indian IIT, they started researching on the back trains, where using ultra-high-speed trains. So similarly, we have any research going on in Japan and any involvement from our Indians in that kind of research.
Exactly. The most of the very advanced researches are under process. I just showed a sample of biomimicking. Actually, one unique quality of Japan is, unless if they feel 100% sure about the research, then only it will come into the action, or else still it will be in R&D. It's like aircraft industry. If you go to the aircraft industry, they don't compromise with 99.9%. They want 100% sure safety. Once 100% achieved, it will come to the reality. But in Japan, every product is 100% surety. If they are unsure within 0.1%, still it won't come in action. If you see a lot of flying cars, research is going on in Japan. But many countries already released flying cars. But in Japan, still they feel a lot of uncertainty. They are not releasing it as a commercial product. Still it is under R&D because they want to make sure everything 100% satisfies to the safety measures and all the design features. Then only it come in action. That is the uniqueness of Japan. Yes, as you said, a lot of vacuum trains, everything is going on under the process, but still a lot of uncertainty about how to handle the accidents scenarios because it is very high speed. Because handling vacuum is not easy. Once it blasts, it will blast. It's a very huge loss. So they are working on it. They are working on an installation of blast proofs and many things are under process. I am also eventually one of the research team working on that particular project. Okay, thanks for the question. And I have a few questions on YouTube. I just saw the size transistor size is going beyond the atom and it is going to subatom. And we have a project of till 2050. So it is getting more and more stringent, and you are keep working with the conventional method of increasing the quantum speed by increasing more cores. Instead of that one, I recently came across a GPU-based solvers. GPU-based solvers instead of processors. That it is coming in the parallel division of process data. It can handle from the GPU, so that as you said, quantum coupling. That coupling delay also is getting reduced. How do you see that about your benefit of
GPUs is similar to RAM actually. For gaming and everything they use GPU. It will make a temporary memory to work for gaming. Then suddenly it got out. But a processor is important for parallel computing and everything actually. But it is also working on bit only, GPU or anything actually. So the combination, even though if you come quantum computer, if the same quantum computer has GPU, then what is the effect? That will be more. Actually.
Multiple of.
Yeah, multiple.
I understand. Got it. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It was a wonderful session. As a core, I enjoyed a lot. And thanks for this opportunity, Makkal. Thank you very much.
We would like to gather all the physics scientists for a group picture. Yeah, we would like to gather everybody on the stage to take a group picture. Thank you, everybody. It was an honor to have you on the stage, and thank you for your inspiring presentation. So now we'll go for a 10-minute short break, and then we will resume back at 5:40.
Okay, no problem. உங்கள்ட்ட தானே ரிசீவர் ஷூர் எதுன்னு சொல்லிடுங்க நேம்
லைட் சுவிட்ச் மேல இருக்கா? ஓகே.
இந்த ஸ்லைடு எல்லாத்தையும் பேனல் டிஸ்கஷனுக்கு ஆன் பண்ணி ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கு. எல்லாமே வந்துருச்சா? 23 தானே? இதுல முன்னாடி போட்டுருமா? அது யூஸே பண்ணல. ஆக்சுவலா பாஸ்வேர்ட் தெரியல. பாஸ்வேர்ட் உடனே லாக் ஆயிடுச்சு நாங்க போடுறதுக்குள்ள. இது நீங்க போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி எதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு போயிருங்க. ஏன்னா நிறைய பிபிடி ஓப்பன்ல இருக்கு. நீங்க போவீங்களா? யார் போவாங்க? நீங்க போறப்போ நான் இதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். ஓகே.
அது செக்ஷன் ஏ, செக்ஷன் இது நானே மூவ் பண்ணிக்கலாமா?
அது அவங்க வாங்கிட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. என்னோடது கிடையாது. வேற யாரோ
சொல்ல நீ போட்டு
பேனல் டிஸ்கஷன்ல உங்களோட ஸ்லைடிங் இன்சர்ட் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டாங்க. நான் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஓகே
ஃபார்மேட்ல போயிடுச்சு.
அப்படியே
இல்ல வெளியே பேஸ்ட் சோர்ஸ் டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் அப்படின்னா வந்து
வரேன். சேவ் பண்ண மாட்டேன். சேவ்
அவங்களோட கெமிஸ்ட்ரி டிஸ்கஷன், vibe coding. You know.
ஓகே.
சுத்தமா சிக்னல் இல்லைங்களா?
அது ஓகே ஆகல வந்ததுல.
இங்க என்டிடி சுத்தமா சிக்னல் இல்லை. என்டிடி இந்த இடத்துல ரொம்ப சிக்னல் இல்லை. ஓன்லி ஒன்று. வெளியே போனா
ஆக்சுவலா இங்க ஒரு வைஃபை இருக்குல்ல இந்த ஹாலுக்கு
கொடுக்கும் இல்லை. போய் கேட்டா இருக்குங்க, ரொம்ப கம்மி.
2G தான் வந்து 2G
அதான் வீக். அதனால
HTV தானே டேரக்டாக கனெக்ட் பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு லைவ் எதுவும் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்களோ? அவங்க அதாவது ஆடியன்ஸ் இப்படிதான் பேசணும். நோ யுவர் ஆடியன்ஸ். நான் வந்து என்னோட தங்கச்சி வீட்டில்
நான் பேசும்போது நீங்கள் வந்து ஹோட்டலில் ஸ்டே பண்ண போகிறேன்.
இல்லை, ட்ரை பண்ணும்போது அது கிடைக்கல எனக்கு. இந்த மக்கள் சிந்தனை பேரவை கணேஷ்
2 weeks முன்னாடி ஆக்சுவலாக என்னோட குட்
சரி.
8 CEO இந்தியாவோட CEO.
ஓகே.
கியோட்டோ தான் 2 நாள் இருந்தார்.
ஓ.
சரி ஃபியர் பிக்கலாம் மீட் பண்ணுவோம். அது அவர் ஒரு பிளான் சொன்னார். சரி ஓகே டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண வேணாம்.
என்னங்க?
உங்களை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண வேணாம் அப்படின்ட்டு.
ஓகே ஓகே, அது ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம். நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா யாருனாலும் சொல்லுங்கள். என்னோடது வந்து இவருக்கு அப்புறம் வரட்டும். சார் அவர் பேர் என்ன? கணேஷ் இல்லை, விவேகானந்தன். நான் தான் ஷேர் பண்ணுறேன்.
இந்த இடத்துல தான் பேசுகிறாங்க.
வாலண்டியர்ஸ் இருக்குல்ல.
Thank you everyone. Let's proceed the session. Now we will move on to the chemistry section.
Excuse me.
From the laws of motion to the magic of molecules, our journey continues. Just as forces connect the universe, bonds connect atoms to create life itself. So now I would like to invite Dr. Vijayalakshmi Manikam, who is a doctor herself in bioorganic chemistry. I would like to invite her to the stage again to do the honors, who is also the sponsor of this event by Sri Balaji Indian Restaurant.
Next one.
Thank you, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Rajamanikam. And now I would like to invite the chairperson of the chemistry department, Dr. Vizhaa, to the stage. Now I'd like to invite the speakers, Dr. Elimalai Ganesan, to the stage, please. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Perumal Swami Parasuraman to the stage.
இங்க பின்னாடி சீட்ல தான் வந்துட்டு இருந்தேன்.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். மக்கள் சிந்தனை பேரவையின் தாளரும் நிறுவனருமான திரு ஸ்டாலின் குணசேகர் அவர்களுக்கு என் முதற்கண் வணக்கம். அப்புறம் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிற திரு கமலக்கண்ணன் மற்றும் அவரது குழுவினருக்கு பாராட்டுதல்கள் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இந்த வேதியியல் துறைக்கான ஸ்பீச் கொடுக்க வந்துட்டாங்க. அவங்க வந்து இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணலாம். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்னை பற்றி ஒரு ஸ்மால் இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன். என்னோட நேம் வைஜெயந்தி தங்கவே. I came from Vellore and I graduated from IIT Madras in chemistry. Okay, and now I'm in Kyoto University and as a CEO in our packaging startup. And I invite now Mr. Dr. Ganeshan Elmalai to give his talk. And he is working in fuel cell technology and in data science also. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Chairperson. Okay, good evening all. I think இங்க எல்லாருக்குமே தமிழ் நல்லா தெரியும் நினைக்கிறேன். இங்க யாரும் வேறு மொழி ஆட்கள் இல்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நான் சிம்பிளா ஆடியன்ஸ் வந்து பெரும்பாலும் ஸ்கூல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. இப்போ ட்ரெண்ட்ல கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் என்ன நடக்குது, அவங்க ஸ்கூல் முடிச்சுட்டு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஒரு சப்ஜெக்டா தேர்ந்தெடுத்தாங்கன்னா ஃபியூச்சரிஸ்டா எப்படி இருக்கும், அதில் எப்படி ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணலாம், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ரொம்ப டீப் சயின்ஸ் இல்லாமல் என்னுடைய ரிசர்ச் டாப்பிக்கும் அதிகமாக கவர் பண்ணாமல் ஒரு ஓவர் வியூ மட்டும் தான் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் கணேசன் ஏழுமலை, நான் திருவண்ணாமலை மாவட்டத்தில் மாம்பட்டுன்ற ஒரு சிறு கிராமத்துல இருந்து அரசு பள்ளியில் அரசு கல்லூரியில் படித்த முதல் தலைமுறை பட்டதாரி. எங்கள் கிராமத்துல இருந்து வெளிநாடு வந்து படித்த முதல் நபர்னு நான் சொல்லிக்கலாம். இந்த ஒகேடா யூனிவர்சிட்டி நேஷனல் இன்ஸ்டியூட் ஆஃப் மெட்டீரியல் சயின்ஸ் அதில் ஒரு ஜாயின்ட் ப்ரோக்ராமில் இந்த பிஹெச்டி ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைச்சி 2010-14 பிஹெச்டி முடிச்சுட்டு இங்கே ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் ஜப்பானில். இப்போ வந்து கேட்டரிங் சொல்லக்கூடிய இப்போ நீங்கள் நம்ம கார் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கேசோலின் பெட்ரோல் டீசல் சொல்கிற அந்த காரில் எக்ஸாஸ்ட் இருக்கும். எக்ஸாஸ்ட் இந்த எண்ணெய் எரிஞ்சு வெளியில போகும்போது அந்த எக்ஸாஸ்ட் கேஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதை வந்து அதில் வந்து நைட்ரஸ் ஆக்சைடு, அமோனியா அந்த மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் கிரீன் ஹவுஸ் கேஸஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி அசாடஸ் கேஸ் வெளியேறும். அதை ஃபில்டர் பண்ணி அனுப்புகிற ஒரு டிவைஸ், அது கெமிக்கல் கேட்டலிஸ்ட், அதை மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் பண்ணுற ஒரு கம்பெனி மேனேஜர். அது இல்லாமல் ஃபியூயல் செல்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய இப்போ மாற்று எரிசக்தி நிறைய டாபிக் இருக்கு. அதில் பேட்டரி, அதில் ஃபியூயல் செல், ஹைட்ரஜன் ஃபியூயல் செல். ஸோ அதனுடைய கேட்டலிஸ்ட் மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் கம்பெனி கூட. ஸோ அதெல்லாம் நான் வச்சிருக்கேன். ஸோ இப்போ கெமிஸ்ட்ரி இப்போ நம்ம பொதுவாக கெமிஸ்ட்ரினா ஒரு என்ன ஓவர்வியூ இருக்குன்னா, ஒரு 2 பொருட்களை நம்ம மிக்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு 3வது ஒரு பொருள் கிடைக்கும். அது இதனுடைய ஒரு தேவைக்காக இருக்கும். இப்போ நம்ம இப்போ ஸ்கின் கேருக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணுற சில நேனோ பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ், ஒரு ஸ்கின் கேரில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சில்வர் நேனோ பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ், கோல்டு நேனோ பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ், அந்த மாதிரி கூட சில கெமிக்கல்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 2 பொருட்களை மிக்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது வரக்கூடிய ஒரு 3வது பொருள், அது அதனுடைய வேகத்தை எப்படி அதிகரிக்கிறது, அது ஒரு ரியாக்டன்ட்லேருந்து ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் கூடிய வரக்கூடிய அந்த ப்ராடக்டோட குவான்டிட்டி எப்படி இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறது, 100% நம்ம வந்து டிரான்ஸ்லேட் ஆகுதா. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு விஷயம் தான் பேசிக்காக கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங். 2 பொருளை மிக்ஸ் பண்ணணும், 3வது ஒரு பொருள் கிடைக்குது. அது எப்படி கிடைக்குது, அதனுடைய ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் என்ன, அதனுடைய ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் எப்படி இருக்கு, அது எதனால கிடைக்குது, அதை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான வழிமுறைகள் இருக்கு. ஸோ இதுதான் பேசிக்காக ஒரு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ரிசர்ச்சில் நம்ம பண்ணக்கூடிய விஷயங்கள். ஸோ அதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரி இப்போ கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ரிசர்ச் 2 வருஷமா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. அதில் நிறைய நம்ம ரிசர்ச் பண்ண கெமிக்கல் பேஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து CO2 கேஸ் வந்து ஒரு மேஜர் இஷ்யூவா இருக்கு குளோபல் வார்மிங் அது தொட்டு. ஸோ இப்போ கரண்ட் ட்ரெண்ட்ல என்ன மாதிரியான ஃபோக்கஸ் இருக்குன்னா, நம்ம பண்ணக்கூடிய எந்த ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ரியாக்ஷன்ஸ், எந்த ஒரு வேதிவினைகளும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எக்கோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்லியா, வேஸ்ட் இல்லாம, அதாவது இல்லைன்னா சுற்றுச்சூழலை பாதிக்காம எந்த அளவுக்கு எளிமையா வேஸ்ட் இல்லாம, அசாடஸ் இல்லாம பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்றதுக்கான ஒரு ஆராய்ச்சி தான் இந்த கிரீன் ரிசர்ச், கிரீன் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி வந்து ஃபுல்லா ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ அதுல அது அடுத்தடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கேட்டலிசிஸ்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி நான் ஃபியூயல் செல்லேருந்து வரேன். ஒரு ஹைட்ரஜன் தண்ணியில இருந்து ஹைட்ரஜனை பிரிச்சு எடுக்கிறோம். அந்த ஹைட்ரஜன் கேஸை யூஸ் பண்ணி எப்படி நம்ம வந்து அது ஃபியூயலாக யூஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம் அப்படின்ற ஒரு பெரிய ரிசர்ச் டாபிக் இருக்கு. அதுக்கு நேரடி வரேன். அப்புறம் இந்த பேட்டரி, CO2 இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இருந்து வெளியே வர கார்பன் டை ஆக்சைடை கேப்சர் பண்ணி அதுலேருந்து எப்படி வேல்யூ ஆடட் ப்ராடக்டாக மாற்றுறாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி இன்னும் நிறைய பயோ நம்ம வந்து இந்த எனி இன்வென்ஷன் வந்து நேச்சுரலி இன்ஸ்பயர்டு தான். இப்போ நம்ம லைட் ஆகட்டும், இல்லை நிறைய டாக்டர் செஞ்சு சொன்ன மாதிரி நிறைய இந்த பறவையில இருந்து ஷின்கான்சன் ஷேப் பண்ணுறதாகட்டும், ஈவன் இப்போ அவர் லோட்டஸ் சொன்னாரு, அந்த லோட்டஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் வந்து ஹைட்ரோஃபோபிக் நேச்சருக்காக அது வந்து கெமிக்கலி உருவாக்குறதுக்காக நிறைய ஆராய்ச்சி போயிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ அந்த லோட்டஸ் சர்ஃபேஸ்ல இருக்கிற அந்த அனிகம் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் ரெப்ளிகேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஏகப்பட்ட ரிசர்ச் கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் போயிருக்கு. நிறைய மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அதுல இருந்து அவங்க TiO2ன்ற ஒரு மெட்டீரியல், அது வந்து நம்ம வால் பெயிண்டிங்லாம் இப்போ ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நேச்சுரலி மிமிக் தான் சயின்ஸ் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். நம்ம இயற்கையா இருக்கு, அதனால நம்ம சாமானிய மக்களுக்கு இந்த அளவுக்கு பயன்படக்கூடிய அளவில் நம்மளும் ஒரு மாஸ் ப்ரொடக்ஷனா பண்ண முடியும், அதை வந்து ஆர்டிஃபிஷியலாக சிந்தசிஸ் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்றது நேச்சுரல் ஒர்க் தான். அதுல வந்து எனி இந்த மாதிரி கெமிக்கல் சிந்தசிஸ் பண்ணாலே நம்ம கெமிஸ்ட்ரி கிட்ட வந்துடும். ஸோ அந்த கெமிஸ்ட்ரியிலேருந்து என்விரான்மெண்ட்டுக்கு பாதிப்படைகிற அளவுக்கு இப்போ எந்த அளவுக்கு நம்ம வந்து சிந்தசிஸ் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு ஒர்க் தான் இப்போ நிறைய மேஜராக போயின்னு இருக்கு. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட், ஸோ நான் பேசிக்லி ஃப்ரம் எனர்ஜி ஃபீல்டு, நான் ஃபியூல் செல்லில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ இப்போ தண்ணி இருக்கு, தண்ணியில் வந்து தண்ணி வந்து நேச்சுரலி அபண்டன்ட் ரிசோர்ஸ். ஸோ அதில் வந்து நம்ம ஹைட்ரஜன் ஆக்சிஜன் ரெண்டு மாலிகுல் இருக்குது, அதை வந்து பிரித்து எடுக்கணும். அதுக்கு எப்படி பிரித்து எடுக்க முடியும்? அது வந்து நம்ம எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி அப்ளை பண்ணால் அதுக்கு ஒரு கேட்டலிஸ்ட் வேணும். அதுலேருந்து ஹைட்ரஜன் ஆக்சிஜன் நம்ம பிரித்து எடுக்கணும். அந்த ஹைட்ரஜனை ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி நம்ம ஏரியாவில் இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பெரிய பில்டிங்க்கு ஒரு பெரிய ஃபியூல் செல் ஸ்டாக் வச்சுட்டு ஹைட்ரஜன் வந்து ஃபியூலாக கொடுக்கலாம். அது கிரிட்டே தேவையில்லை. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு நியூக்ளியர் ரியாக்டரோ இல்லை ஒரு கோல் ரியாக்டரோ அதுல இருந்து அங்கே ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுற எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி வந்து வீட்டுக்கெல்லாம் வரதுக்கு பெரிய கிரிட் லைட் தேவைப்படுது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஃபியூல் செல் டிவைசஸ் போகும்போது நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு தேவையில்ல ஒரு பெரிய பில்டிங் ஒரு மால் தேவையான ஒரு பெரிய ஃபியூல் செல் ஸ்டாக் அங்கேயே இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம ஹைட்ரஜன் சிலிண்டர் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ண மட்டும் போதும். அதுலேருந்து அந்த ஹைட்ரஜன் கேஸை வந்து ஹைட்ரஜன் அது அந்த கண்டிஷனை அச்சீவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நிறைய ட்ரையல் பண்ணுவாங்க. நிறைய ட்ரையல் ஆகும். ஓகே, கண்டிஷன் மாற்று, டெம்பரேச்சர் மாற்று, கம்போசிஷன் மாற்று, அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய மாற்றிக்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ அப்படி தான் பேசிக்கலாக கெமிஸ்ட்ரி வந்து எவ்வளோ ஆச்சு. ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு 20-30 வருஷத்துக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா முன்னாடி இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டேஷனல் கெமிஸ்ட்ரின்ற ஒரு டாபிக் வந்தது. நம்ம லெபரட்டரிக்கு போக தேவையில்லை. லெபரட்டரி போகாமலே சில இந்த மாலிகுலர் அந்த குவாண்டம் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி குவாண்டம் ஃபிசிக்ஸ்லாம் பேசுகிறாங்க. அது பேசிக் அது தொட்டு தான் வரும். ஸோ குவாண்டம் அப்சார்ப்ஷன் சொல்லிட்டு இந்த பிட்ஸ் ஃப்ரீ எனர்ஜி அந்த மாதிரி கான்செப்டில் வரும். ஒரு சர்ஃபேஸில் நம்ம என்னென்ன ரியாக்டன்ட் வேணுமோ அதை எடுத்துக்கிட்டு அதில் அந்த ரியாக்டன்ஸ் வந்து அதோடைய அப்சார்ப்ஷன் எனர்ஜி, டிசார்ப்ஷன் எனர்ஜி, இல்லை டிசோசியேஷன் எனர்ஜி, அந்த மாதிரியான எனர்ஜிலாம் எப்படி இருக்கு, எந்த சப்ஸ்டேட்ல அந்த ரியாக்ஷன் ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக நடக்கும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு எனர்ஜி லெவல்லாம் ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் லேபுக்கு போவாங்க. இது வந்து ஒரு 30 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து பண்ணிட்டு வந்த ஒரு இன்னைக்கு இப்போ ஏஐ வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம கிட்ட வந்து ட்ரெயின் டேட்டா வந்து எக்கச்சக்கமா இருக்கு. முன்னாடி இப்போ 100-200 வருஷமா ஈவன் லேப் நோட்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண டேட்டா கூட எடுத்து வந்து ட்ரெயின் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி டேட்டா எல்லாத்தையும் யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு பெஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன்ஸ், பெஸ்ட் காம்போசிஷன், பெஸ்ட் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் எல்லாமே ஏஐல வந்து ஃபைன் டியூன் பண்ணிட்டு அதை கொண்டு வந்துட்டு லேப்ல நம்ம டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவோம். நம்ம மேனுவலா போய் நம்ம ரிசர்ச்சர் போய் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி ரோபோட்டிக் ஆர்ம்ஸ் அதையும் நம்ம பில்ட் பண்ணுவோம். லேப் ஆட்டோமேட் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஈவன் இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டேஷனல் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி அந்த வந்தபோது நம்ம பெஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன் எடுத்துட்டு நம்ம தான் போயிட்டு சிந்தசிஸ் பண்ணணும். இப்போ வந்து ஏஐயோட துணையோட எல்லாமே லேப்